YouTube, I'm Peggy Lu Who, and this is my channel, Peggy Lu Who Reads, or Peggy Lu Who Reads. Welcome if you are new here, welcome back if you are not. As always, I want to start out with a shout out and appreciation for my subscribers, all 44 of you as of recording this today. And as always as well, a special shout out, extra love and affection for my supreme subscriber and #1 fan, Hi Mama. So today is going to be my January TBR. If you have been watching for a little while, you may have seen my goals announcement video a couple days ago and seen that I am trying something different with my TBRs this year. I'm going to be playing a game. So I just wanted to set it up and give a little intro, and then I'm going to cut over to the game. One other thing I just want to call to your attention: do not be alarmed. Do not adjust your monitor. I am in fact wearing a color. It is one of those rare occasions where I put on an item of clothing that is not black, but your eyes are not deceiving you. This is real. I have on a purple sweater. So yeah, with no further ado, I am now going to switch over to the game and TBRs for January, and then I'll come back at the end and wrap it up. Stay tuned. Okay friends, so I'm gonna do my new TBR game with you. So first off, I'm gonna set the mood by lighting my little literary candle. This is the Black Sun inspired candle that I got in one of my subscription boxes last year. Can't remember which one. That's what happens when you have so many darn subscription boxes. So just as a reminder, the way that this is going to work is I'm going to start off by picking a mood read and then picking 2 out of my sack of slack. This, if you're wondering, this little sack here was a Christmas present a couple years ago from one of my cousins, and it was full of candy at the time when I got it. So first up in January for my TBR, my mood read. So every month I'm going to choose one book before I start the games, and that is going to be just a book that I choose. And the book that I have chosen is Earthsea, A Wizard of Earthsea, which is the first in the Earthsea cycle by Ursula K. Le Guin. I am somewhat ashamed to admit that I have never read this series, and I've had this book for a while. So I've actually already went ahead and started it this month. So that was my first mood read selection of 2020. Next up, I'm going to pick 2 books out of the sack of slack. So just as a sort of reminder of the sack of slack. The sack of slack is a sack that has slips of paper with the names of the 99 books that I owned when I completed my unhaul at the end of last year that I had not read yet. And so all of those books are written on slips in this stack, and every month I'm going to choose 2 to start the games off. So the first slip of paper I'm pulling out of my sack of slack is, I don't know if you can see it on the thing, my cruddy handwriting, Bard by Morgan Ewan. And the second slip that I am pulling out of the sack of slack is going to be, The Golden Compass, which is book 1 in His Dark Materials. So here we have the 2 books from the sack of slack. We have Bard by Morgan Ewan. I'm probably mispronouncing this author's name. It's my trademark at this point. So I don't know much about this book other than it is obviously Bard, the Odyssey of the Irish. So I'm going to give that a read. And then the other is this, The Golden Compass by Philip Pullman, which is book number 1 from the His Dark Materials series, which I have had for a while. I don't have any of the other books in this series, but depending on whether I like this, I might go ahead and pick up the others. So stay tuned for that. So now the way that this is going to work is that I have in this pile, I have a bunch of prompts, and then in this pile, I have the numbered cards. So I'm going to shuffle both, and then I'm going to lay out 20 cards, 20 prompts. There's more than 20 prompts there, but I'm just going to lay them out based on the shuffle. And then I'll also shuffle the numbered cards and place those on top, and then I'm going to roll the 20-sided dice. And whatever number comes up on the 20-sided dice, I will look at the prompt that is underneath that number card, and then I will choose a book from my shelf that fits within the prompt. All of these prompts were written by me, so let me know what you think in the comments below. And I'm gonna try and do my new trick of speeding up the video for this part, because it might get a little bit weird. So maybe next month this will go faster, this part, because I, having done this once before, won't go through the whole process of laying out all the cards on camera. I'll just preset it up. So probably in future months, I will go ahead and lay this out before I record the video, so that way I don't have to lay it out every time on camera, now that you all have the gist of it. And please don't make fun of me for my less than stellar handwriting, but that's how you know that these are all handmade by me, and I did it all by myself. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and give the I'm gonna go ahead and give the dice a roll. So this is just your standard 20-sided dice that is used for role-playing games like Dungeons and Dragons. And yeah, so whichever number it lands on, then we'll have a prompt, and then I'll see what book I'm going to choose. Okay, so it landed on a 6 that time, so I'm going to find the 6 card here, and I'm going to pull the prompt. So it's another mood read, so I get to pick another book, any book I want. So I bumped the tripod when I was going over to the shelf to get the book, so apologize if the angle is different, but I've chosen to go with Iron Widow by Shiren J. Zhao. I've really been wanting to read this since I got it in my Illumina Crate subscription box a couple months ago, and I didn't get to it before because I was trying to read some other stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and add this to my pile for the month of January. So we'll roll again and see what we come up with. And so if I roll another 6, I'm just gonna roll again so that way I can get another card. So this time I rolled a 12. So that's this card here. Let's see what we came up with. Lucky day, 2 more rolls. So that means instead of rolling an additional 4 times, I'm gonna roll an additional 6 times. So I might end up with an extra book on my TBR this month. And this time I came up with a roll with the number 1. So we're gonna see this. Starting over, pick a book you started but never finished. Okay, I'm sort of cheating because I got that extra roll, and so I sort of am a little bit worried that I'll have a lot of big books. So I am picking this short novella that is Hidden World by Stanton A. Koblenz for my next TBR for the month of January. 18. Class is in session. Pick a book set in a school. Okay, so I think that this book will work for this. A Blade So Black is by L.L. McKinney, is an Alice in Wonderland retelling, and it is a YA book, and the main character is in high school. So I think that counts. So I actually have 3 more rolls because I started with 5 and then I had 1, and then the second one was to add 2 more, and then 3, 4, 5. And I have 3 books plus. So I've rolled 4 and 1, and I was supposed to roll 5 originally, but 1 was 2 extra rolls. So that means I have 3 rolls left. Number 19, Sack of Slack. So this is telling me to pick 1 more book out of the sack of slack. This is saying pick 2 more, which is a little awful trick I did to myself. Okay, so this is going to be a big month. I'm going to be reading a lot of books if I'm going to want to keep up with this TBR this month. I guess it's winter time, so that's a good time to be home reading books, right? So I picked The Empire of Time by David Wingrove and The Poet of Baghdad by Joe Thatchell. Okay, so here's those 2 extra books from the Sack of Slack. We've got The Poet of Baghdad by Joe Thatchell and David Wingrove's The Empire of Time. In a war across millennia, history will be rewritten. Ooh, fancy. So that was 5 rolls, but I got the one that was 2 extra rolls. So let's roll. We got 2. Pretty Paper and Ribbons. Pick a book that was a gift or was given to you. I'm choosing for this one Moriarty by John Gardner. This was a book that my mom had that she finished reading, and she passed it along to me, so I think that counts as a gift. So that's next choice. Okay, so this should be my final roll unless I get another prompt that tells me to read more. So, or to roll again. Sorry, not read more. That's the whole point of this whole thing. So that was an 11 that time, and so the prompt for 11, you don't say, pick a nonfiction book. So for this one, I'm choosing Yours Cruelly, Elvira, the memoir of Cassandra Peterson, who's the actress who plays Elvira. I got this several months ago. I hadn't had a chance to pick it up yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and choose that for my nonfiction book. Okay, so that was it. That's my TBR with my new game, the first round for January, and these are the books that my dice and my sack of slack helped me pick. I've got a lot of reading to do. So what do you think of the game? Did you think it was fun? Did you like my prompts? Do you have ideas for prompts that I can add to the deck? Leave a comment. Anything you want to know, any questions you have, or any thoughts you have about any of these books. Thanks for checking out my channel. If you like my content, give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, yada yada yada, yakety smackety, blah blah blah. And until next time, read well.